planification done. Hi, Elisa. We are now live in all our platforms. Thank you so much for joining me. Always a pleasure to see you. And thank you so much for this um, title. She was the one that chose it, and I loved it. It's commonly asked questions by home buyers, part one, because there is a ton of them. So we have decided to make sure that we go in detail, and so this video is not too long. So we are going to do it in two sections. So section one starts now.
Thank you, Carla, for such a warm welcome as always. I appreciate it. And yes. So why we're going to talk about this now, and we section it in two different parts because it's per experience. I have put together questions that my buyers have, and probably my buyers have those questions. I'm sure most our viewers also have the same questions there for us. So whether it's your first time or the fifth time you're buying a home, well, it can be exciting, stressful, and overwhelming, all rolled in one, right? So with the right preparation and support, you can take the stress and overwhelm out of the equation, trying your focus to fall in love with the right home, right? So having said that, I just want to really briefly mention all the questions, not all the questions, many questions that come to my mind. Like, for example,
The
the
most
question,
important question, just
right?
put it that
Like,
way.
when is the best time in the year to buy a home, right? It's always asked. And how much should I have for a down payment? How much do I need to pay for closing costs? What is the first step for home buying process? What does a realtor actually does when I am buying a home? Can I buy and sell my home at the same time? Should I get a
Wow.
home inspection? What happens if I change my mind about the home? Oh, that's a big one, right? That they throw out there for you. And how do I know if I'm ready to buy a home, or should I should I buy instead of rent? Can you make numbers for me? So all these questions are very important and legit. And believe me, if we are live right now, and if you have any question, please drop it there on the line. We're gonna read it and answer it live. There, all questions are important. You are not in the industry like Carla and I are, so anything that comes to your mind, it's valid. And we are in Canada, we have such a huge multicultural richness that everybody comes from different background. So everybody sees the home buying process in a slightly different way, right? And they may have completely different questions depending from where the parents are coming from, or came from, or where they are coming from in their first time immigrants, right? First generation immigrants. So let's start with that first one. Is there a What is the best time of the year to buy a
What?
home, right? So
Elisa, just because you are the one in the like putting offers, and you are in the first line on that one, I'm gonna make sure that you answer this question. When is the
thank-
best time?
yeah. So before I tell you what's the best time, I'm gonna tell you, and I'm sure you have seen this in many reports or in the media, right? Spring or fall are the hottest seasons to buy a home. Well, it's not that they're the hottest seasons to buy a home, it's where the most properties you can find and select from. That's the thing. And it comes also with a little bit of punishment there, because if there's so many homes out there and everybody's looking, then you have a lot of competition. So your bidding wars can become quite heated in this period. And again, it depends on the niche. And also right now, where we're coming out of the inflation and how the market is behaving, we are right now in a very balanced market overall. So you probably will not find that, regardless on what season of the year you're getting into the market. And well, but what is the advantage of buying in a very low market, meaning that when there's not many properties out there? Now, there, the punishment that you're giving from the market is that there's not many things to choose from, right? But again, probably you will not have that much competition and you will be able to issue an offer with all the conditions you want. So my answer to you is when you should buy a home, whenever you are ready. That's when you have to buy a home. Not buy a home. Start looking for a home whenever you're ready. Because imagine if right now is it okay? I'm gonna wait until March, April to buy a home, and let's say right now it's January, February, and suddenly, even though it's a slow market, the house of your dreams appears out there and you're not ready. You have not done your paperwork. You have not done your pre-approvals. You have not gone with a mortgage broker, with Carla, to make sure that you actually are prepared financially to buy that home. Then by the time you're getting ready, that home is going to be sold, right? So just get ready. And even though it may take you, you don't know, maybe it can take you 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 months. But whenever you're ready is always when I answer. Get ready and start scanning the market, and maybe the house of your dreams will be there waiting for you. It could happen, right?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, guys, remember, like you're just getting ready. It's not like you're signing a contract or anything like that. You're just making sure that if a good opportunity comes into the market, you are there and you make sure that everything has been done for you. Why? Because at the end of the day, remember, so right now rates are declining, but we don't have a crystal ball for us to forecast if in a month from now something happens and the rates suddenly skyrocket for any reason. I'm not saying that I know anything, like I'm just saying, like, in general. So if that's the case and you have a pre-approval, your highest rate will be the lowest rate at that point. So is gonna so and like that you have 120 days, right? But if
Mm-hmm.
the rates go down, then you have the lowest rate anyway. So I have seen people saving thousands of dollars because of that. I can tell you that it, and to be honest, that right now people could be saving like around like 1% or more if they actually do their due diligence prior to putting offers. So it's very,
Yeah.
very, very um, a good idea for you to follow what Elisa is saying.
Yes, and for just following up with what Carla is saying now, it comes like naturally the next question that how do I know if I'm ready to buy a home? Well, you
Yeah.
start with your process. You start your process with your mortgage agent. In this case, we have here, you have Carla available here. She's very thorough. She's always on top of everything, all the news, everything she needs to know to get you the best financial advice and lock in. So she will let you know what kind of documents you need to prepare so she can get you a pre-approval. And that's what I call getting ready. That's when you will know how ready you are. Because if you're ready for a price that is lower than your dream house or the house you're looking for, then we need to talk about it and switch strategies. Or you decide, you know what, I'm going to wait to save some money, some more money. But you will know exactly what's happening, and then you will have um, a checklist with the steps that you need to accomplish in order to finalize that pre-approval or get anywhere you want. So you will have a road where how and when to get there. But it has happened to me also all the way around. People who are not sure that they are ready, and then it happens to be after all that diligent revision of all those documents, it happens to be they are. And in fact, they are for a higher amount that they thought they would be. So that is also great news. So you don't lose anything if you get ready and you get prepared for that first
And
questions,
listen,
right?
yeah, and if you're not ready, um, like, I can give you some tips to see how
Exactly.
you get ready. So it's a win-win situation at the end of the day, because we want to make sure that if you want to jump in the market, and this is something that you want to do, we want to make sure that you guys do it with the right steps, so you save money and you have a more of a flawless transaction. When you get prepared, then it's a much better experience for sure when you do this due diligence for sure.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm going back again to the pre-approval because many times, and when I'm representing sellers, yeah, they would like to know if the person who's buying the house can actually close on the house. What I mean by that, you sign the documents now, and on paper, you will be the owner in 2 or 3 months from now. So the seller wants to know that actually you will have the funds and that time frame to actually take possession and send the funds to the seller's bank. And for that, some sellers, and I wouldn't represent sellers, sometimes I receive the instructions. I need you to ask for a pre-approval letter from the potential buyer. And that document is something that absolutely Carla can furnish for you if the moment requires, right, Carla? How many times they have requested that from you? It's much more common now than before, right?
Yeah, 100%. I'm 100%. I think nowadays the real estate agents, they want to see what's going on, especially when there is multiple offers, which we are seeing more often now in 2024, 2023. It was very rare to have those multiple offers, but now it's becoming a little bit more common, like back in the day. So definitely they want to see that they have done their due diligence, because nobody wants that headache, to be honest, of like, am I gonna close? Am I not gonna close? Like, what's gonna happen, right? So we want to make sure that it's a little bit more flawless for you, and yeah, and that in general we are prepared for anything, for that seller, or any, because it could be a make it or break it. You are a seller, real estate seller side as well, right, Elisa? So you can sort of like speak about like the two sides, because you also are a buyer's agent. So 100%, I think, is one of those things that if you have, it could give you a much better power to negotiate and to win that multiple offer situation.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. And now I would like to talk about a technical situation. People also ask me, should I really get a home inspection? It's like the house looks nice, right? And you're laughing.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, right.
Yeah, no, no, you know why? You know why, Elisa? I'm laughing because, to be honest, people get very excited of what they see. And at the end of the day, I I have clients that waive that condition of not having that inspection. And in 2, 3 years, they come back and they say, you know what, I need money for renovations to make sure that these I address all these issues. And if you in advance, you maybe are able to budget for that, and you sort of like start saving and stuff like that. So it's not so bad in your day-to-day economy, right? So it's just one of those things that definitely I think is a very good idea. But please
Yes.
tell us all your expertise.
Yeah, yes, should you get it or not? Definitely, you should get it. And even when the market was so hot and people like literally didn't have time to call a home inspector because things happen in matters of hours in the past, I don't think these things will be happening anytime soon. However, people would skip those. or I buy a house or I bring the home inspector. There was no room for the both. So I would still, even though they would buy a home, I would still ask them to get a home inspection, which all my clients have followed that advice, because even though you become an owner, you want to know what are the aches of that home always, because then you will decide uh, if you want to invest in the fix, or if the house can live longer with it, or exactly how your dwelling is, or if you decide to make some improvements. But it's just when you walk into a home and you see the beautiful cosmetic finishes, the beautiful kitchen, the perfectly just painted walls, and you go to the basement and you see the large space and you say, the house is great, right? But have you opened the electrical panel to see exactly what's happening in there? Do they have bulbs in there, these very old-fashioned 80s kind of electric wiring? Have you done that? For example, you and I, we cannot open the furnace and check what's inside it. Home inspectors can actually open that piece and check if there's humidity, how the things are to work. We cannot open the attic and just take a peek in there. So it is very important that the home inspection, it's done.
100%.
They do
You
all the
know,
mechanical, structural, electrical, the roofs, windows, structure, check for humidity. In some areas, you even need to check for termites, depending in what geographic area you're located. There are so many things that add up for you to receive a very thorough inspection. And it may take, it's in average, it may take two hours, sometimes takes longer, sometimes takes less, because they really go through the entire home, checking
through the
absolutely
entire
every
house.
detail. And
Wow.
if you find anything, that's okay. You don't have to walk away from that purchase. It's just you have to
Oh
know
no, you can
if
just
you want,
address it.
if you gotta know if you would like to live with that, or if you want to invest some funds from your end to make that improvement immediately or in a year after you live there. So again, a home inspection report is never good or bad. It depends of what you want to do with the findings, right? So yeah, definitely a home inspection. I mean, it's a very expensive purchase. What are you doing, right? And not doing this due diligence, I think, is wow. Okay, very very brave for some people who decide not to do it, and very lucky if really nothing happened afterwards. And again, when in a very fast-paced market, when I'm representing my seller, we run the home inspection and we offer the buyers already done inspection. The reports, we offer those to them, right? So they can actually scan through them, and they invited if they want to run their own home inspection as well. But then transparency is very important, because let me tell you, if you are a seller casually watching this, there's a buyer for everything. So don't be afraid. And it is on by law, we need to disclose every little nick and thing that the house has. So don't worry, we're always going to find the right buyer for the right for your property. So that's absolutely. And this takes me like to the last question I would like to address right now. What exactly your real estate agent does for you? So you have seen how more or less I have been talking, and I call them like call us kind of like a project manager, because we're taking you from the hand, from the start until the end, and even after the sale, we're checking on you, and we help you bring all that team together. We help you bring your real estate lawyers, your home inspectors, the contractors, if you want to take one into the house to give you an estimate, a quotation on something. We connect you with the right mortgage broker, and in this case we have an amazing mortgage broker, Carla Badillo, here with us, who can absolutely help you out with it, right? So you have your team. Once you have your team, your stress is going to be reduced, because you will have much more eyeballs looking into that project and giving you their expertise on what they think the outcome should be from their side, on their particular area of expertise on that project, which is because to some people is the largest project in their entire lives, and sometimes the
100%.
house they will buy ever. So it's very important to be very diligent, but don't worry, you're always surrounded by people like us in your team from start to end. And really, I would like to leave it as it is right there. Next week, we're not going to talk about the rest of the questions. We're going to leave it for the week after. Next week, we're going.
But we have an amazing program next week,
Oh,
sorry,
yeah.
because we are gonna talk about numbers, my favorite thing in the
Or is
world.
you love graphs, you love statistics. Yes, we're gonna talk about the next market update. What has happened in February 2024 versus February 2023. So stay tuned.
Second month of the year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
So
runs. It's so fast.
yes, and it's definitely join us next a week. And remember, if you are unable to join us when we are live, that's fine. Always stays in our social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. If you want just to get like updated information all the time, you can always sign up, subscribe to our channel, so you get a notification every time that we are doing something new. Elise and I really strive for the best advice, the most current data, to make sure that you get this, because we know how important is this information for you to make a decision. Because like Elisa was saying, when is a good time for you to buy is when you are ready. And maybe this information will help you out to make that decision to start to get yourself ready, and eventually start buying your new home, your new investment. We're here to help.
Yes, yes, exactly. Thank you so much. And remember that all these programs are recorded and stay in all our channels. So go to our YouTube channels and share this information with anybody you think it will be of good use, and subscribe so you will receive the notifications for next week and the week after, and you become a real estate expert yourself.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much, Elisa. You always bring us like ready information. Thank you so much for that. And well, we'll see you next week. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.